to write u is a complex number with a modulus of 8 and an argument of 2 pi over 3. V is that's it in rectangular form. They want me to write both of them in polar form. Well, what do I need for polar form? I need the modulus and the argument. So this one is ready for polar form. So that's 8 times the cos of 2 pi over 3 plus I sine 2 pi over 3. And then V is, put that into my calculator. I got the modulus and I got the argument by just literally putting this into my calculator. So you can obviously use your trigonometry as well. So POL 2 root 3 comma minus 2 and I got a modulus of 4 and an argument of minus 30. Now I'm supposed to give my answer not in minuses. I'm supposed to give it between 0 and 360 and it has to be in radians. So minus 30 is the same as 330. So my modulus is 4 times the cos of 330 plus I sine 330. And I just have it worked out here. How did I go from 330 to 11 pi over 6? Well, pi is the same as 180. If I divide both sides by 6, I end up with 30. And if I multiply both sides by 11, I end up with 11 pi over 6. So that's how I went from degrees to radians. You might have your own way of doing that. That's fine. That's just how I do it. Or sometimes you can find it in the log tables pretty easily. And next bit. Okay, so they want me to use de Moivre's theorem to evaluate this. So if you want to leave your numbers in polar form, then there's a way to divide numbers in polar form. If you would rather work in rectangular form, then just get your numbers in rectangular form and put it then eventually to the power of 6 after you've done your division. I'm going to start off for method 1. I'm going to leave them both in polar form because that's what I've been doing. So U in polar form I've worked out as that from the last question. V in polar form I've worked out as that. So U over V. And if you want to do division of complex numbers while they're in polar form, you might be aware of this, that you divide the modulus and you subtract the argument, which is what I've done. So 4 into 8 goes twice. And then if I subtract, so 2 pi over 3 is 120 and that is 330. So I subtract 220 minus 330 and I end up at minus 210. So then this is it. Now that I've divided them, this is U over V in polar form. I haven't bothered with radians because I prefer working in degrees. And you're supposed to get U over V when you have it and put it to the power 6. So use de Moivre's theorem to evaluate this. Well, de Moivre's theorem says that when it's in polar form, put the 2 to the power 6 and bring the 6 down and multiply it by the minus 210, which gives me that. And again, bring the 6 down and multiply it by the minus 210, which gives me that. And then just work it out. I'm going to give my answer in rectangular form because that's what I prefer and they haven't told me what to do. So 2 to the power 6 is 64. Cos of this angle is minus 1. The sine of this angle is plus 0, which means when I work all that out, I get minus 60.